everyone, this is Niuniu. In this beautiful winter, let's enjoy the 2022 Olympic Games together. Here I am in a very special place. I actually have already previewed this live stream in my previous live stream because this one is just super special and I really want you guys to tune in. So if you're already in, make sure you say hi to me. Let me know how are you today, where you're watching, or how's the weather, because it's really a beautiful day here in Beijing. And I am standing in one of the oldest gymnasiums here in Beijing. I am standing actually in the yard of 首都体育馆, Capital Indoor Stadium. 首都 would be capital, 首都, 首都. 体育馆 is talking about a gymnasium or a stadium, and indoor actually is 室内, 室内. So from the name you would know this is an indoor indoor stadium, a indoor venue for a sports event. And I'm saying it's one of the oldest because this building you're looking at actually is already 53-year-old. It is really a senior building. Standing here, it has witnessed countless important sports events as well as cultural events. And it is also the first stadium here in China that holds an indoor ice rink surface. Well, other than the northeast side of the country where snow sports and ice sports is relatively more common and more often enjoyed by people. So yes, today I will take you to visit the Capital Indoor Stadium because it is going to be one of the major stadiums for the 2022 Winter Olympic Games here in Beijing. It will hold the games for figure skating and short track speed skating. So 花样滑冰和短道速滑将在首都体育馆举行. So let's start walking a little bit and allow me to give you a little bit history of this senior stadium that you're looking at right now. Before doing that, let me know whether or not you're enjoying the live stream. What are some information you'd like to know about the upcoming Winter Olympic Games? It doesn't have to be specifically connected with the stadium or even with the two disciplines. It can be anything you want to know. How to watch the game, whether or not would be able to enjoy the game fully with the help of different technology, anything you're interested in. So if you have any comments, as always, we're live streaming on CRI Learn Chinese Facebook page, YouTube channel, and 英语环球广播微博. These are the platforms that you can usually find us. And also you can find my personal page, that's Niuniu Chinese. Find me there, talk to me directly, interact with me directly. I am trying really hard to answer all your questions, but I have to admit, most often I am overwhelmed by your likes, your comments, and everything. So thank you guys so much for your long time support. Like I said, this is I'm not going to say it's a building. It's kind of like a cluster of buildings, just like the concept when it comes to Olympic Games. We do not say specifically this is just a stadium. It's more like a stadium cluster, and it is under construction still. We can see workers are still having a little bit final touch, a facelift of this stadium because it has really a long history. And judging from the outside of the building, you might feel like this is the kind of stadium that is a little bit outdated because it has been built in 1968. But I have to tell you, it has gone through major renovations several times. As far as I know, there has been 3 major renovations. First one to suit the need for the Asian Games back in 1991, if I'm remembering it correctly. 1990, actually, yes. And after that, for the 2008 Summer Olympic Games in Beijing, this is also a stadium holding volleyball. And for that time, its innovation purpose has been themed green. So it has been a green stadium since then. They're using better renewable energy to power the whole stadium. They're using environmental friendly material, and that is why we say this is a green stadium. 绿色, 绿色. which is one of the major goals, major principles we line in with when we are actually holding the Olympic Games. That is 绿色办奥. So 绿色 green, 绿色 green. It is, you can use it the same way in English. You use it for the color and also for the environmentally friendly approach. So yeah, this is the stadium that has witnessed a lot, that has seen a lot. It is like a senior citizen of Beijing. It is the place where the unforgettable 1971, if I remember it correctly, actually, yes, in 1990 Asian Games, the 1981 Ice Hockey World Championship has also been held here. And I was told it was a huge blast because back then, Chinese people were not that familiar with ice hockey, and an international game like that made people super excited and had a lot of fun. So that was also another game. And also the stadium hosted one of the first NBA games in China and the first ever professional football game featuring all stars from the Arena Football League. So this is the stadium you have to visit if you're interested to know the development of sports industry here in China. All right, let's see who is with us. I have to shout out to you every single time of the live stream because you are the reason that we're doing this, and I really want to know what I can do to make this experience a better one for you guys. So let's have a closer look. Oh my gosh, so many of you have already been sending in comments. I'm saying hello to 这样就不会让 from, I would guess, YouTube, saying 你好. Hello to you too. And we have Gunardo MD saying hello friends. Hello to you too. MDG Yaret. And also we have Saras sending in a lot of different emojis, expressing your feelings. That's nice. I like it. And we have Badisha saying yes. Very happy. And we have Ya May Love saying bonjour. Do you speak French? Tu parles français? Let me know. 这样就不会让 saying I don't speak Chinese. I am learning. It is alright. In live streams like this, we introduce the Chinese language, some cultural points, and of course, fun and interesting modern Chinese related social atmosphere and events. We would like you to know what China is like nowadays. It is not only a beautiful country with rich culture and a long history. It's also a vibrant country with people nowadays enjoying their lives, embracing pop culture and creating their own ways of living. So yes, thank you very much for joining us. And we have Jiang Zhubuhui saying, thank you. What part of China are you from? Actually, I am from the northern central part of the country. I'm from Shanxi province. It's a little bit northern to Beijing. It's a little bit less cold in winters and a little bit warmer in summertime. You know, I cannot not be biased. Everyone would be so proud and loving when it comes to their hometown. So yeah, I'm from Shanxi province. Answered your question. Hello to Yasin. Hola to you too. Hispaniano, huh? And we have 50 years old from Uliati. Yes, this is 53-year-old building, and from the outside of it, you might not notice, it looks quite new to me. But I have to say, the color, this light yellow, in Chinese we would say 淡黄色. This eggshell plus a little bit butter kind of yellow is a very significant color in the 60s and 70s. It's the kind of color that reminds you of the a little bit conservational kind of view. It's solemn, it's serious, it's not very bubbly or lively, but it is the color you can trust. It is solid, and it is the color, it's the original color, I think. And because this building has this great significance, it actually made the list of Beijing city's heritage, architecture heritage for the 20th century. So even for us Chinese, we would not consider 50 years, a really old building, but it has been here since the modern days and it has witnessed so many different games. So yes, to answer your question, there's that. Hello to William saying, greetings from San Francisco. We love you, China. Thank you. That is a lovely comment. And also saying beautiful voice in both languages. Thank you very much. We have Garba Liu saying 你好. Hello to you too. Jeff saying 你好美丽. I'm pretty sure you're talking about the building. 首都体育馆好美丽, right? And also we have Pratap saying Namo body. Is that your way? But hey, is there your way of saying hello perhaps? Not really sure. Tell me which language you speak. And we have Mapidi saying, hey, I'm good and I can see you good too. I'm watching from Lesotho. Thank you. Thank you for watching. William saying, loved China's hosting the 2008 Olympics. Wishing you every success for the upcoming Winter Olympics. Thank you very much. As you know, this is the building we call 双奥场馆. So 双 means double. 双奥 suggests the Olympic Games. 奥林匹克奥场馆 is a venue. So this is literally the venue that has witnessed the Summer Games in 2008 and now 2022. It is going to be one of the major stadiums hosting the Winter Games as well. It is so great to be a stadium like this. And with no further ado, let's go inside and check out what are the equipment inside the stadium, how come it has been so important that all these major events have been held here. We have the Masad saying voice heart touching. Thank you. And you're from Pakistan. Thank you for watching. Hello to Bandara. Very happy to have you here. As always, if you guys have any questions, please let me know in the comment area. Do not hesitate asking. And no matter whether or not you're watching from CRI Learn Chinese Facebook page, YouTube channel, or 英语环球广播, I would love to answer your questions. Before entering in, we know we are in a post-pandemic era, so yes, they're telling you to do public hand sanitizing all the time. So it's talking to you. Listen to the machine talking to you.
请进行手消毒，做好个人防护。Please use hand disinfectant for protection.
Okay, so these machines are there. You can see these kind of poles all around the area, the yard, I would say a little bit like a campus. They're telling you to disinfect your hands as much as possible, helps you to keep sanit, keep safe for not only yourself but others as well. And we have some lovely ladies and gentlemen helping us. 你们好,你们好,辛苦了. And we can see all these equipment. And when we're entering this area, actually we know the stadium is not open for use yet, but no matter if you're visiting or if you're doing interviews or live streams like I do here, you would have your temperature tested remotely, instantly, with a machine showcasing the temperature right here. So very convenient and also really fast. It is also designed for a large crowd, so people, when they're actually entering this area, they would not need to stand in a long queue waiting for their temperatures to be tested or waiting for their IDs to be checked. It is all done really fast. And within the stadium, actually, there are more high-tech equipment and high-tech or advanced technologies that have been used to keep people safe and sound and enjoy the game better. And we are about to see it as soon as possible. We have Ras saying, looks sunny, very beautiful. 今天的天气非常好. It's very beautiful out there. It's a little bit cold, but the extent that you are going to say, wow, it's a really good day in winter days already. And we also have Dumsat saying Pakistan-China friendship, yay! Yes, yay to that too. And we have friend from Sri Lanka, happy to have you. We also have friends, saying hello, saying you look beautiful. What is your name? This is Niuniu. I do live streams on our platforms much often, and that in this special period of time, in this coming around 2 or 3 months, we are going to bring you more information about the upcoming 2022 Winter Olympic Games. Like I promised, there are a lot of advanced technologies that's been demonstrated here in the stadium, making sure people are enjoying the game fast and safe and sound. As you can see, this is a very high-tech and instant screen showcasing your temperature. As you can see, I am 36.2 degrees Celsius. As long as you're standing there, they will be able to get your temperature tested fast, instantly. And you can stand within the distance of 1 meter or even 8 meters within the distance. You will be able to have your temperature tested. So this is a remote thermal test. And then we have the second one. This is not the one I can use because I am not officially a part of the Winter Games. I do not have the QR code. But QR code scanning, in Chinese we call it 扫码, is something very popular here in China. You can scan your QR code to, let's say, pay for your stuff. You can scan your QR code to know in the recent 14 days, where have you been, to make sure that you have never visited any high-risk areas. And also here, the machine is asking me to scan my very special Winter Olympic Games QR code, which I do not have. But if you have that, you can actually scan it over here. It will tell you a lot of information, including whether or not you're vaccinated or fully vaccinated, since China has already promoted and basically implemented a 2-shot vaccine. So maybe they'll tell you how many shots you've got. It will also tell you whether or not you have recently taken a nucleic acid test and what is the result. It will also have the information of course, your temperature and it has the information of whether or not you have visited the high-risk areas. So here we have 核酸. That's the nucleic acid test, 核酸疫苗 vaccination. 行程信息 meaning where you have been, the information. 健康监测 I think this is talking about the temperature, but the actual temperature is here. 体温 your body temperature 体温. So that's the information. It will make sure it will have the information of where you have been, which are the gates you've coming through, and with only just this machine, you walk past, you scan your QR code, and that's all your information. You do not have to provide any other paperwork. So I would say is pretty high-tacky. And this one we're looking at, you do not see how important it is from the outside, but I have to say it is quite reassuring because we know that in the stadium, specifically in 首都体育馆, in the capital indoor stadium, as well as basically all the other stadiums for the 2022 Winter Games, not only are we testing people, in the meantime, we're also testing objects and the environment. And in order to test the environment, they would get a sample from the air. And using this machine, we would be able to test the sample situation, and we would know whether or not it's COVID positive or negative. I feel like it's pretty negative. That's why I'm not wearing a mask, and also because I am really kind of far away from others as well. So this is also a very interesting machine. And this, in Chinese, it is called a 一级像素阵列相感器光场相机. The reason I'm reading it is because I do not even know how many information or how many details it contains within the Chinese. All I know is all these lenses, as you can see, they are little cameras grabbing the information, grasping the, excuse me, the photons, making sure that this is a machine monitoring people within 200 meters, monitoring where they have been, their tracking, their moving tracks, and making sure that within this stadium, everybody's safe and sound, and something quite impressive. Last but not the least, something I think very convenient, we call it a smart temperature tab. or smart temperature stick, 智能体温贴. So, oh yes, we have it here. 智能 here means smart, 智能 smart. 测温, 测 is to test, 温 体温 temperature, and 贴 is a stick. So how do we use this? Ooh, all right, a little bit clumsy. The way of using it is that you've got this little chip. This is the main core technology here, and there are a lot of little tabs, a little bit like, I think they're stickers, or a little bit like first aid stickers. And what you do is to stick this on your skin. I'm not really sure where, but yes, under your armpit. 腋下, under your armpit, and when you stick it there, it's really light. It's almost like you're not wearing anything, but by putting it there, this tiny little chip would provide the energy of 10 to test your body temperature for 10 consecutive days, 24 hours, 10 days, to make sure that you're safe and you're monitored and your temperature, body temperature information is recorded and tested. So yeah, so many different kind of tech, making me realize how challenging and complicated it is nowadays to host a major international games, because we cannot really deny the fact that we are living in an era when the pandemic is still posing a threat, when we still have to watch huge gatherings. We still have to think about wearing a mask if we're visiting public places. We're still considering it twice when we're having family gatherings, perhaps in Thanksgiving days. You guys are trying to celebrate that, right, in just several days. And my suggestion is that for the sake of yourself and your loved ones, your family, your friends, I would still consider or still recommend you to be a little bit more cautious. We're being optimistic, but cautiously optimistic. All right, let's see who is with us. I'd love to say hello to you guys. Continue answering your questions. I think there are so many different comments. We have Lama saying, thank you very much indeed for all important informative video relating to Olympics and sports infrastructures. Thank you so much for sharing this. Thank you for being with us and enjoying this live stream. And we have Armin saying, is there any possibility of Olympic Games in this field in future? Actually, this is precisely the field, the ice rink for the upcoming 2022 Olympic Games here in Beijing. This is exactly the place for figure skating, 花样滑冰, figure skating, as well as short track speed skating, 短道速滑. So 短 would be short, 道 is the track, and 速度 speed, and 滑 being skating. So short track speed skating as well as figure skating. There's a little bit tricky actually when it comes to these two disciplines, because the requirements for the ice could be different, and it requires the worker and supporting personnel's dedicated and efficient working to make these two disciplines happen in the same day. And we'll talk a little bit about it later, so do not worry about that. And thank you for the question. We have Arturo saying, you are awesome. No, you guys are awesome. The reason that we're doing these live streams quite often and we are enjoying this so much, I am enjoying this so much, is because of you guys. So if you have any questions, please do not hesitate asking. And I have to tell you, for a indoor ice rink surface or a indoor ice rink stadium, this place is incredibly warm. Actually, it is also thanks to high advanced technology, because I was told by worker here, by personnel here, they said that for the audience, they don't have to be, let's say, frozen, because we are appreciating beautiful ice and snow events. Actually, the temperature within the stadium is consistent as 16 degrees, so 16 degrees Celsius. It is a stable temperature as well as humidity, and it is for sure, well, It is the kind of requirement it has for the Olympic Games. So yes, we are standing right here. And because it is quite warm, I'm going to remove my coat. It is just not that cold, even though it's 冰雪运动. So you don't have to. Thank you. I have very nice and friendly, lovely cameraman helping me with my coat. So we have a whole camera crew here, making sure you guys get to enjoy this info sites. All right. Is this China? Yes, it is China. It is actually Beijing. It is the capital indoor stadium, 首都体育馆. It will be the venue holding the two disciplines, the short track speed skating as well as figure skating. So these two disciplines will be held here. And I think it's for the million-dollar question, where is the ice and how important is the ice? Before going to the ice, we can see that here, this is the huge card. It has a fun name. It's called Ice Wolf. Ice Wolf. So it is the ice machine. And yes, this machine is used to perfect the ice. And let's have a look. Ta-da! This is the beautiful ice rink. I didn't know this before, but actually, perhaps the water making the ice rink is even more clean than the one I drink, because it has to go through around 3 to 5 times of filters to make sure there's no, let's say, other elements in the water, to make sure the hardness as well as the purity of the ice. And I have already mentioned a little bit that the requirements for figure skating and for short track speed skating can be a little bit different. Actually, you can imagine this. When someone is on ice, dancing, making all the different spins and jumps, do different tricks, do different moves, they actually need the ice. The figure skaters actually need the ice to be a little bit softer and a little bit thicker. So let me touch the ice. Oh, it melts in my, oh, it's really cold. And standing here is much colder than the sidelines of the surface. Okay, so that is for the figure skating discipline. As for the short track speed skating, because they need to be really fast and they need, instead of digging into the ice and jump, they actually need a little pushback from the ice. So actually, for the short track speed skating, the ice should be a little bit thinner and a little bit colder. Yet, for previous experiences, it is too hard to do the transmission between the two different kind of ice in just 2 hours. So instead of adjusting the thickness of the ice, they are adjusting the temperature of the ice. So for figure skating, you would see the ice temperature moving up several degrees Celsius, and for short track speed skating, they would lower the temperature of the ice to around -7 and 9 degrees Celsius. And workers here, we would have staff working here, are actually able to make the transition 7 times in 6 days. That's what they've done. We're not really sure what they will do in the upcoming Olympic Games, but for sure that is a milestone. And this is some beautiful ice. In Chinese, we would say 最美的, being the most beautiful ice. Talking about the figure skaters on ice, dancing and making moves and telling a story with their beautiful dance and the music. And we also say it can be transformed from 最美的, being the most beautiful ice, to the fastest ice, 最快的 being, because for short track speed skating, they can be and they will be super fast. There are already some athletes who have tried the ice, saying they're super excited to perform and to race on it, because they believe it is possible for them to reach a unimaginable high speed in a really short time. So we are much looking forward. And yes, if you're asking whether or not we're changing the pads, the answer would be positive. They need to change the pads into different, let's say, shapes and different kinds to adjust to different needs. If you are enjoying the game here, you would perhaps already noticed that we get to see two huge screens up there. It's a kind of visual aid, making sure that audiences can enjoy the game even if they're sitting on the rooftop of the seats. They're still going to see not only the athletes, but also the two big screens showcasing more information and providing them with more details of the game. All right, let's see whether or not, oh, I'm showered with lovely messages. Thank you guys so much. We have Shenxin saying from plastic and glass, it is possible to create warm ice without minus temperature. I don't know the details. Actually, you are absolutely right. But the thing with sports events is that, for example, we've mentioned for figure skating, they need the temperature to be -5 to -3 degrees. And for short track speed skating, we would, well, the requirements for the ice is around -7 to -8 or 9 degrees Celsius. So it is not about the ability to create the ice not less than -degrees, but it's about the requirement of the sports game. And that is also why I think in previous testing games, they have changed the ice 7 times in 6 days, and each change would take only 2 hours, so quite impressive. Also, we have our man saying China is playing an important role in the technology sector of Bangladesh. China and Bangladesh are so friendly. Yes, thank you for sharing that. I agree with you. It is a very nice friendship, and we hope this kind of friendship for a lot more people. And right now we are in Chinese we say 看台, the audience area. So let's go up there and take a look. See, the ice wolf is moving. Let's take a look at the ice wolf. In Chinese, we'd call it 铲冰车. So, because after using the ice surface, the ice rink surface, there would be a little bit chips of ice, scrubs, and this ice wolf, this special cart, would go on ice, make sure that the surface is smooth and the ice is hard, and they would not encounter any kind of obstacles when they're performing marvelous techniques on ice. They get to be really fast, they get to jump and spin and do all the different moves on ice, thanks to the help of this huge and funny cart. I hope I can try that. That looks, but the fact that I do not know how to drive, perhaps is the reason I'm not down there in the cart. We have a friend asking, are you going to skate? I have to admit that I am not a skater, I'm not a skier, I'm not a rider just yet. But perhaps after this 2 and 3 months of coverage of trying to be an expert for winter sports, I would try. I promise you I would try skating and skiing at least once, okay? That is a promise, and if I can succeed in doing that, I'll show you on camera. We also have Giovanni saying, Niuniu, are you going to do some ice skating? I don't know how to skate on ice, and this is too professional. This is for world-class athletes. They are going to use this high-tech, really pure water-made ice. I am not qualified, not even nearly qualified. We have Fanny saying from Philippines, I'm interested always to know. Thank you so much. And we also have more information from our friends. Friends saying you dropped it. Yes, I dropped the little chip. But you know, the chips are very solid and they're fine. They're in good quality. They'll be fine. They'll survive me. And right here you can see that all the seats have also been adjusted. Actually, for example, this area has been adjusted to for people with special needs. If they are requiring a wheelchair, they will be able to have this entire area for their wheelchair, so they can park their wheelchair and enjoy the game just over there with the help of the screens, of course. You're also saying, wow, that is a great technology. Totally agree with you. Mei Mai Ke, hi, haven't seen you for quite a while. Thank you so much for tuning in to our live stream. For this specific 2 to 3 months, I am inviting you to enjoy the beautiful winter and enjoy the 2022 Olympic Games here in Beijing with me together. We're going to cover as much information as possible about different disciplines, about different facilities, and about, of course, different games. And like I said, for this specific audience area, they have been adjusted. So, it is very cozy. It's kind of spacious, I would say. I think it's been adapted so that people can appreciate and enjoy the game a little furthermore. I have enough leg room. It's not even up there, and perhaps for people that are much taller and bigger than I am, they'd be able to be cozy and comfortable and enjoy the game as well. In the meantime, we have our friend saying, I'm going back to work. I enjoy live streams. Thanks, our Chinese friends. Thank you, and I love it when you guys started to talk to each other and we form this lovely community, and it is so nice that not only am I the person communicating with you guys are talking to each other as well. We have a question from the Sad Ali saying, give me answer please. I will get Chinese vaccine. Are you sure this vaccine is great for us? Tell me the truth, please. Give me answer, then I will get vaccine now. Actually, I am vaccinated. I think the technology for different vaccine are a little bit different, but the main idea is get your immune system to recognize this specific COVID-19 pandemic triggered virus. That's the coronavirus, and once your body can recognize it, it will generate better substance in your body against this virus. I have already finished my 2 shots vaccination, so I am fully vaccinated, and I'm looking at a stress shot. So in Chinese we call it 加强针. So it's possible once I get to 180 days, I will get the other shot, the extra shot. So my suggestion would be definitely yes, it is good for us. It makes it much safer. And I think I have information of people, some people have actually tried the vaccine, and I've got all positive answers from my sources. All right, and we have one Waisa saying your English is perfect, not close to perfect, but thank you so much for that comment. And we have Giovanni saying we have the same QR code system in Melbourne. Yes, scanning the QR code started to be one of the easiest and most convenient way for us to get certain information checked. So agree with you here. We have Yame Love saying, I need to sleep, but teacher is just too beautiful. I am an original student, but fail on purpose to stay in your class. Oh, thank you so much for saying that. That is very sweet of you. And as always, if you guys are enjoying the live stream, please like and share and comment as much as possible. It helps me a lot and helps fellow Chinese lovers loving the culture, the country, the society to get to see us. So please do that, and thank you very much. You're watching a live stream in the Capital Indoor Stadium on Here I Learn Chinese Facebook page, YouTube channel, and 英语环球广播微博. We are bringing you the very exclusive details about 首都体育馆, the Capital Indoor Stadium. In this actually on this ice rink, we will be witness the spectacular performances of the figure skaters, world-class ones, and we will see the very explosive, the fast and powerful short track speed skating. In Chinese, we say for figure skating, we say it's 优美 elegant, 优美 elegant, or 优雅 elegant. And for short track speed skating, we say it's 有爆发力 explosive and powerful. You can see you can see the print or the tracks left by the car on the ice rink, and I think we can obviously see that they're collecting the little chips on the ice, making sure it's smooth, and the rear end of the cart are emitting a little bit of water so that on the ice rink the water can become ice all over again to make sure it's very smooth. And for this stadium, because we talked about 绿色办奥, a green Olympic is definitely required and pursued. They are using carbon dioxide as the most eco-friendly, environmentally friendly fragrant. So 二氧化碳制冰, it is the new technology that we're using here. As a matter of fact, in Beijing and Zhangjiakou for the 2022 Winter Games here this time, we are going to see all the venues will be powered by green energy, and we are making sure, or at least striving to make sure all the material, all the supporting facilities are environmentally friendly. It's not only for the purpose of protecting people who are using it, the consumers, but also protecting the environment as well. Like we talked about in previous episodes of the live streams, protecting the environment is a very, let's say, self-motivated approach for people in the snow and ice industry, because for them, if they protect the environment a little bit better, if they are cutting carbon dioxide emission, there will be longer winters, better snow and ice to play with. So like I said, it is very much self-motivated, and it makes a lot of sense. In the meanwhile, let's see what are some other comments you guys have. What are your questions? What you need to know in this state-of-the-art, top-notch stadium, which has witnessed so much already. It is going to see a lot more spectacular performances in the coming 2022. So anything you'd like to know, you are very welcome to ask me in the comment area. And yes, I would hope that I can be here, witness, and appreciate the performances by the athletes as well. We have our friend Fanny saying, "Hi, Teacher Niuniu, you're so great. Can I ask a favor? When you're in Beijing, can you drop to me to my idol's restaurant fire room and take a selfie for me? Thank you. I am always following your videos. I'll see what I can do, and thank you. That is such a lovely request." And we have Armin saying, hope you to see you again for your live presentation. Actually, we're doing live presentations at least once a week, and you are very welcome to be a part of the live. You can forward, you can ask questions, anything you want, and I love to talk to you directly with the live streams. We have Armin saying, I took the vaccine. Will it be effective? Well, it works for me, but I have been cautious as well, so good for you, vaccinated. Time to go, Bay. I'll come back soon from Mushtaq. Thank you for being with us, and hopefully you can return. And for those of you who have missed the first half of a live stream, don't worry about it. You can always visit our playback later, and no matter whether or not or which platforms you're watching, it can be through I Learn Chinese Facebook page, YouTube channel, and 英语环球广播. It can also be my personal Facebook account, that is Niuniu Chinese. Go there, you will be able to find me as well. Yes, That'll be great to watch from our friends. Thank you so much. Best of luck to you guys as well. And very professional teacher, even with troublemaking students. Most beautiful and one of a kind. Thank you so much for your kind words. You guys just shower me with kind words, and I just cannot be more grateful. And we have Sinovac is expected as a vaccine in Australia. I'm fully vaccinated with AstraZeneca. Well, you guys are sharing information about the vaccine. That's cool. In this community, sharing is caring. All right, so let's have a last glimpse of this lovely stadium, and let me give you a little more information about the stadium and about other, let's say, facilities and infrastructures and other buildings serving other functions right here with a little bit visual help. Actually, in the stadium, we are going to actually hold the 2022 Winter Games. There will be a closed loop management. In Chinese, we call it 闭环管理. 闭 means 封闭, close, 封闭, and 环 is a loop. Management 管理. So 闭环管理, a closed loop management, actually means there will be 3 major areas or 3 major zones. The first one being the within the closed loop. So people within the closed loop would be, for example, athletes, key management staff, as well as people cooking food for them, sending them with designated vehicles from one venue to another and picking them up from the airport. These people are all included within the closed loop. So within the closed loop, you do not really have direct contact with people outside of your loop. You don't talk to people like me, for example, someone who is going to perhaps be a reporter for the games, but not directly contact the athletes to, let's say, lower the threat, lower the risk of cross-contamination. So that is the first area, the within the closed loop. And of course, people like me would be outside of the closed loop. 我们在闭环外, outside of the closed loop, but we can still interact with each other with, for example, video chats and standing in remote areas, which means there is a third zone, that is the buffer zone, 缓冲区 or 混合区. So within that area, people do not have direct contact. We stand in a certain distance, but we get to, see each other's faces with masks perhaps, but there will be that buffer zone. And for the entire 2022 Winter Olympic Games here in Beijing, we are using a closed loop management, which means that staff working in the stadium would keep in mind and be very clear about their routes, whether or not they can use certain doors, they can use certain stairs, whether or not they're within the closed loop or outside of the closed loop, and what are the paths that they are going to take. And I know it's extra work, but it's totally worth it because, like I said, the safety of you, yourself, and your loved ones comes first here in China. Yes, we are already outside of the major ice rink surface. Since it is a 双奥场馆, so it is a venue for both Winter and Summer Olympic Games, it is for sure that in summertime we can remove the ice rink surface and utilize the facility for other use. For example, you can play badminton games there, and you can have other, including cultural events held in the facility. And now we're looking at the Minister of the entire cluster of Capital Indoor Stadium. 这个呢就是首都体育馆场馆群。群 is a cluster. Of course, when it comes to a major game like the Olympic Games, one simple building would not be enough. So we are actually in this building. This is the major building. And if you can concentrate on the 2 huge stairs in front of the building, upon its creation in 1968, people mainly use these 2 major stairs as well as 2 major stairs on the side, 所以正面和侧面的大楼梯 major stairs would be a signature. It is one of the picture in people's mind that remind them of the simple fun days, because this would be the stadium that introduced to them their first couple of international games, perhaps their first, let's say, listen to a lecture, listen to a concert. That's their memory for the Beijing citizens, and that is the main venue. And besides it, we also have the 综合体手体综合馆. 综合馆 is the kind of facility helping people managing, well, the managing staff would be working inside, and for the game to be marvelous, you also need assistant with the light, with, let's say, visual aid, with music, and all that. The designers, the people who are implementing all these different technologies, helping you enjoying a very beautiful game, would be working in specifically this building. And if we look further, we would see 滑冰馆. That's the skating training ice rink. And also 综合训练馆. So these two buildings are the training buildings. Actually, for Chinese athletes, specifically for figure skating athletes and for short track, as long as, well, short track speed skating and speed skating athletes have all had their fair share training and spending much of their days and lives in these different buildings. I always admire athletes a lot, especially the top athletes, the world-class athletes in these, let's say, Olympic Games or World Champion Games or World Open, because for them, if they have, let's say, slipped a little bit, or they didn't perform perfectly a little bit, their next goal would come in 4 years. And that is 4 years without the spotlight, without cheering from the audience. It's 4 long, arduous, and hard and challenging years. Yet they managed to bite the bullet, to work really hard through those 4 years, and to grab the golden medal that they deserve. And I admire them so much. And in 2022, we get to see a bunch of athletes like this coming to Beijing, to Zhangjiakou, to perform, to compete, to realize their life dreams, and to show you the top-notch technology and top-notch techniques that they require, that they acquire, that they have. And that is the Feast of the Eyes for sure, and I cannot wait to see that happen. All right, before we conclude today's live stream, let's have a final shout out to you guys. We have Raz saying, excellent strategy. I assume you're talking about the closed loop management. I agree with you, and thank you very much. We also have Saban saying, one open door in China for the world. I look forward to that day too. I miss traveling so much. But like I always say, and I truly believe, your safety as well as your loved ones would come as the priority. It has to come first place. So let's cross our fingers, hope for the best, and let's do our fair share by protecting ourselves better, by wearing a mask all the time, by making sure that you are safe and vaccinated and get yourself tested before any kind of major gatherings. Let's do our share, and I'm pretty sure the day of free travel will come as soon as possible. We have Afzal saying, classic stadium. I agree. This is truly a classic stadium. 非常经典的场馆. Very neat from Andy. Thank you so much. And we have our friend saying, I love skateboard wheels play. Do not know how to do that. We'll try later. Yamei Love saying, love you, teacher, and camera crew and chat. I'm going to sleep now. Thank you for being with us for this lovely, amazing, let's say, live stream and show. And thank you guys so much. As always, if you like the live stream, please like and share and comment as much as possible. I would be very grateful for your questions, your forwards, and your likes. And in the following 2 to 3 months, we're continuing sharing information about the 2022 Winter Olympic Games. Anything you'd like to know, as long as you're staying with us, ask your questions, you will get the information. In this beautiful winter, let's enjoy the 2022 Olympic Games together. Thank you so much. I will see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody.